a lot into it to come back. And, like Duncan said, you have goals, you have things you want to do, and those are things that make you get up in the morning, hit that job, go do something. You know, I mean, it's you got to work at it at that point. That's what it's turned into for me. I didn't always have to work at it. Now I do, and I like it better this way. I can tell you that.
That mountain biking incident he's talking about hurt way more than any bull I've ever got on.
I would say most of our injuries come from outside our
Did you get hurt when you did it?
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
Self-diagnosed, not hurt. It looked like it hurt to me, I can tell you that.
As far as rodeo, what's been the hardest part of it so far in the pro circuit?
Making my 6 a.m. flights.
That's it.
Really?
Getting to the airport on time, getting them airports to take off on time. That's been my biggest problem last year. I missed 4 different rodeos due to flights and different stuff getting canceled. It's a pretty hectic deal. It seemed like I just couldn't get anywhere. But other than that, it ain't too hard. It's about the funnest job in the world. I don't know why anybody else would want to do it.
If you could do any other job, what would you want to do?
If I could do another job besides my job, I would do Douglas's job.
Oh, okay. What about you?
Put me on the spot. I'm pretty good at being a bum.
Being a bum? So you want to be
Exotic
a
dancer.
Exotic
That's where in
dancer.
Vegas, I guess.
Really? Okay. I'm hearing a whole different side of y'all. It's interesting.
What do you got on your mind, Alexis? Let's talk to you a little bit. Let's find out something about you.
About me?
Are you very adventurous?
Am I what?
Very adventurous? Do you do any,
I don't like
any
heights,
crazy
so-
things? No heights?
I like doing crazy things, but not heights.
What kind of crazy things do you like doing?
Let's see here. You can't put me on the spot like that.
You're putting me on the spot. I mean, I don't know. What are we talking about here?
Okay, let's see here. I don't know. I can't think of anything on the top of my head now.
Pretty tough, ain't it?
Oh my gosh. Going crazy. So, you've been talking about injuries and everything like that. How has Justin Cowboy Crisis Fund helped you?
If it wasn't for Justin Cowboy Crisis Fund, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now. I'd be belly up by now for sure. I mean, what they do is they come in, they make it to where when we're hurt, that we don't have to drain our savings account, we don't have to do certain things. They come in, step in, take care of our monthly living expenses, help where they can, and I can't say enough good things about the Justin Cowboy Crisis Fund. That's one of the exciting things about getting to be out here is because the fans and Cody Whitney, like Crown Royal's going to donate $1,000 every time Cody Whitney rides a bull, which should be about 10 times next week, so it should be cutting a check for about $10,000. And we got these little vouchers for free cab rides and stuff, and everybody that we're going to give some of those out here in just a second, and everybody that uses them, we give $10 to the Cowboy Crisis Fund. It gets you a safe ride home. It helps out Cowboys. I mean, pretty good deal as far as I can say.
Yeah. Is that the coolest thing about being a professional cowboy is being able to give back to your sponsors and everything?
For me, that's one of the, that's the coolest thing to me because, to know that people like Crown Royal, Cinch Jeans, Justin Boots want to get behind you and they put their brand on you because they think you're good at what you do. That's the biggest confidence booster in the world, and to get to come out here and do something for them and give back to the Justin Cowboy Crisis Fund that's gave to me for the last 2 years.
Hello.
It's pretty special. That is one of the very best parts of my job.
I see all your sponsors on you and everything, and as far as the young athlete, what advice would you give them
She's
to
over here
getting
at
a
the
sponsor
second
and keeping
stage.
it?
She's on the show right now.
If they work really hard
Where
to
Douglas, Duncan, and Tilden are.
be the best at their sport, the sponsors take care of itself.
Yeah, there's no sense in worrying about that. If you ride good, they're going to come talk to you.
There's a second stage just over
So
to
you
the
don't
left
think you have to
of
be good influences or anything?
If you look up in there,
I mean,
it says
yes,
second
absolutely. You
stage.
need to be a good influence. There's a lot of things you need to do. Yes, but ride
Yeah,
good.
it's not in the 10th. That's where Tracy Lawrence is playing.
Your ride good, the
There's
rest of
3
the stuff takes
stages.
care of itself as far as I can tell.
What advice would you
Just
give
go
to a young
over,
athlete that was wanting to go into bareback or bull riding?
Just look up in the air and you'll see it says second stage.
Y'all better
It's
wait
towards
about
the end of
5
the
years
building,
or
right
else I'm
beside
going to be taking
that.
y'all's money.
Oh my gosh. About
No,
you,
I'm just joking. That's what I said earlier. You're going to get out of this what you put into it. If you don't put much into it, you're not going to get much out of it. You can go wherever, tell your girlfriend you used to ride, do all this. It's cool. It's not for everybody, but if you want to compete at this level, you're going to have to put out that kind of effort because everybody here does. So, it's not, nobody that's riding at this rodeo is here by accident.
Yeah. Have you always just done bareback or have you done other events as well?
He was a bull rider too.
Douglas did every event besides bareback riding in high
Oh
school
my
and college.
goodness.
I rode bulls in high school, not very many of them. Not very good, dude.
I was scared of getting on broncs, and he was scared of getting on bulls at the college rodeos, and it seemed every time he drew the rankus bull and I drew the rankus bronc.
Yeah, that's about how it went. I seen Douglas in the short round and the bulldogging more times than the bull riding at the college rodeo.
Really? Was it hard competing at both ends of the arena?
Also, I seen him fall off his team rope at Horse at Uvalde one time, Saturday Night Live.
Thanks a lot, buddy. Appreciate it.
So was it hard growing up doing all those events?
Nope, they tried to steer me away from bull riding. My parents did as much as they could, so they said if they're paying for me to ride calves or steers, I'd have to do every event. So I owe a lot to my parents because of my bull riding, them making me get on so many horses as a young kid, and really just kind of molded the way I ride a bull. So without that, you know, I didn't really look at the big picture, but it helped me out tremendously getting on all those horses and doing those events.
I think that probably rough stock you have to be the most in shape and the most, like, I guess, the most.
These team ropers ain't in shape?
No, not at all. Actually, I couldn't tell any of them. But how do y'all stay in shape as far as mentally and physically?
I mean, Douglas probably works out harder than anybody that I know. I mean, and I've tried to do the same thing myself. As I've gotten older and injuries and everything, I've had to start working at this a lot more, and I feel like I'm in a lot better shape now than I would have been 3 or 4 years ago, and I like it. Like, I feel ready when I get here and I'm in shape, and it makes me feel confident.
How do you stay in shape?
I don't know. I took a lot of workouts through football and just kind of different trainers and just kind of do my own deal on the road. But there's a million ways to get hurt in that arena, and I wasn't going to let being out of shape be one of the reasons why I, happened to get injured. So I want to be the very best at what I do. So I'm willing to put in the work, and it's just, to me, it just makes me feel better because I know I'm prepared as I can get when I show up to the event.
Awesome. Okay, I'm sure if there were more ladies out here, they'd be wondering, are y'all single?
Yeah, I got evicted yesterday, so yes.
Yeah, I got kicked out about a month ago, so
really?
I'm pretty single too.
So
I don't know, you told me I had a girlfriend earlier that I didn't even know about.
Well, I thought you had a girlfriend earlier that you didn't know about.
Actually, me and Kelly are actually together.
Really?
Yeah. I wish she could come up here and talk to y'all. She's so in love with me, and I love her too. So I mean,
ladies, we're gonna start him off at 5. Now they had 5, about 25, 29.
He'll give it 26.
So, who's your celebrity crush?
Not Angelina Jolie. That's what we talked about.
Who is it?
Not Angelina Jolie.
Oh, okay.
She does nothing for me. My celebrity crush would have to be Marissa Miller, I would say.
Okay. Who's your celebrity crush?
All of them.
Alexis Bloomer.
Alexis Bloomer.
Oh, okay. Very funny. I'm not a celebrity. Oh. She likes the answers over there. She's proud. So, what do you guys look for in a girl?
Calm down over there.
You don't look for a girl that's really into you?
What?
You don't look for a girl that's really into you?
That's what?
Really into you.
I don't know how into me she is. She's just got a camera and hooping and hollering over there. I mean,
She's your biggest fan.
she's my only fan.
I doubt that. I'm sure there's people over here, if they knew you were here, they would definitely be over here.
Sure hope so.
You know what the number 1 cause of divorce is?
Marriage.
Marriage.
So you're never getting married?
I looked at my parents. It makes me never want to get married. No, I'm kidding. They get along great, but it's like, what's that movie, Love and Marriage, Peg Bundy, or Al Bundy and Peggy? It's just my parents.
What if you find a woman that's loaded and she's like, Douglas, I'm in love with you, marry me now?
I told you you're my celebrity crush.
Yeah, I know, but he says he doesn't have one because marriage is against the law in his book.
If I can find a girl that loves me just as much as my mama does, then I'll probably think about it, but there ain't really been one that's came along like that.
That's gonna be tough. If there's any ladies in here that love me and Douglas as much as Patty Hooper and Melody Duncan,
Oh my gosh.
I'd be interested to meet y'all, that's for sure.
I was usually pretty good at getting them to hang out, but once they figured, it's getting them was kind of the easier part, then they figured me out, and then it's bye-bye.
Yeah. So, who's been y'all's biggest fan so far? Who's been your biggest fan so far?
My mom and dad are my biggest supporters. I mean, there's nobody that's been behind me more than them, and if they were here right now, my mom, she wouldn't be able to hush her up. She'd be out there hooping and hollering like this, doing something crazy up here. She's awesome.
I met her at Waco, and she was talking about you the whole time. She made sure I knew that you were her son. She's proud of you.
one year in Houston, she, instead of going to the Reliance Center, she actually accidentally went to the Texans practice field, and they were practicing over there. And she's just wandering through there, and the security guard, he comes up to her, he's like, "Ma'am, you can't be in here, you know, the Houston Texans are over there practicing and this and that." And she said, "Well, my son's riding in the rodeo over there. Y'all gonna come watch?" Like, I mean, she didn't realize what was even going on. She made this old boy walk her back over there. She had him convinced I was the biggest deal in the world by the time she got back over there.
That's funny. What about you? Who's been your biggest fans?
Definitely my parents. My dad's helped me out tremendously in my career, and I would like to probably tough Edelman too. He's helped me out since calf riding. I went to the calf riding school of his and his kids growing up in Texas, the youth rodeo, and he just kind of helped me from the calf ride and the steer ride, the junior bull ride to college finals, my first NFR, and then PBR, and so he's had a lot of impact on my bull ride.
That's awesome. So who's your biggest role model so far? Like, I know that y'all guys have said those are your biggest fans, but there's always someone that you look up to. So who's that person that you've looked up to and has guided you as far as riding?
You know, growing up, I looked up to a lot of different guys, but as far as riding and rodeo goes, I mean, I don't think there's a greater example of what a rodeo athlete should be other than Louis Field. I mean, he rode great, which was, I mean, you talk to anybody here that knows him, that's not what they're going to say. He was a great guy. He was a champion in and out of the arena, and that's who I look up to be honest with you. He's a champion. He's taught me how to win, and I feel very fortunate to have met him, have him as a part of my life. And like I said, I mean, that's who I look up to is Louis Field.
What about you, Douglas?
My favorite bull rider of all time would probably be Denny Flynn. So, Donnie Gay told me one time the only reason he won 8 world titles is because Denny Flynn didn't want to rodeo hard. He just went to the ones that took, to get him to the finals. So, coming out of his mouth, I think that shows a lot of how good a bull rider he was, and definitely not talked about enough. But Denny Flynn's probably my favorite bull rider of all time.
You seem like you're getting nervous over there. I keep having to go with Douglas.
What are you nervous about? What's on your mind?
You want to talk about it?
Now my mom keeps blowing up my phone. I wonder what she wants.
She's just checking on you. You're in Vegas. This is Sin City.
She knows what we're doing.
She knows me and Tilden Hooper have been together in Las Vegas. I guarantee you that's why she's calling.
Really?
She just wish she was out here.
So y'all partners in crime out here?
We don't do any crime, but I mean, we're partners. That's what she is.
I don't know. I've heard about you.
You ain't heard nothing like that. Nothing we're supposed to talk about right now, that's for sure.
Sure, definitely. I have some questions that fans wrote you, and would you be willing to answer them? No. They're not bad.
I'm doing it.
He doesn't like fans. What motivates you to work so hard? It's from Alice Torres.
You can ask anybody here, everybody here likes to win, but I hate to lose. I don't like to be the second best at anything. And the guys I travel with in the bareback riding are the very best bareback riders in the world, so I don't like to be the fourth best guy in that pickup, and that's what motivates me.